when I ended up breaking things off, I didn't go back for any of my stuff. So all my little cute Jackson State hoodies and all that shit I got, I had to just leave that behind. My rabbit that my great grandma got me for my first Easter, I had to leave it behind. But when we broke up, I remember I'd always just get really nervous on camera, like videos. So I would go in the bathroom and like set my phone up, and I would just like become something that I really didn't feel like I was. So like I could like pretend when no one was around, like being this confident, badass bitch, like queen, like nobody can stop me. And that's how it grew to what it is now. It just was talking to myself in a room by myself, because I could never shoot in front of people. Like they couldn't even be on the same floor as me. I'd have to be locked in a room, a bathroom, something. I used to just talk to myself and make videos and just fake it, because I never had that. I never felt like some badass bitch. Like I never knew my power. So it literally started from just selfie videos in the fucking bathroom by myself. And he's behind the scenes, you know, pulling the strings. I used to let him reply to male celebrities from my account. That's how much access that I allowed him to have. So that's kind of how that whole thing was, how that even came about. It was just a very controlled situation. And when we started going out different places and the Instagram thing, because I used to be a special needs caregiver full-time before I did Instagram. Full-time now. It was almost like when we would go places, I would shine, and he wanted that spotlight. So then,
why? You were making the money. What difference does it make?
Because I think he was still, actually, that's a great question. No one's ever asked me that. I feel like there was because he was always the star. He was the star quarterback when we went to school.
Yeah.
I was like a nobody compared to that.
Right.
And I feel like when it didn't work out for him and he went overseas, and like we're watching the draft, never got called, never became a free agent for anything, had a couple tryouts, never. So I feel like he was chasing that relevancy and that high of like, I'm important. This validates me as a man. So I feel like there was a secret competition between him and I. And me, I just was like excited to make us money. I asked for permission to spend money on a Coach bag. I remember everything that happened to me. But it was like, that's how controlled it was. That's how brainwashed I allowed myself to get, to where I thought the only reason I had this stuff was because of him. It had nothing to do with anything special about me.
Sheesh.
I know. I want to say, and then when we broke up, what he said, but when we broke up, he was like, you only are this because of me. Like I'm the blueprint. And I was like, okay, we'll do it again with somebody else. Because I'm the fucking reason, bitch.
Where did you get the confidence from? Because
okay, we got to probably scale back a little bit.
Well, hold on. So let me see. Let me tell you why I'm asking you this question, right? Because you mentioned that, and I seen that as a theme in your book, right? Where different guys that you dated at the time, especially during the time where y'all was trying to break up, or you were about to break up, or where things were in turmoil, where they would kind of give you this thing where it's like, yo, you're not special. And then I watched an interview online where somebody said that you're not special. You know what I'm saying? And so taking that into consideration though, right? Mm-hmm. Where did you get this confidence from? Because most women, from my perspective, usually they just turn into little babies and they kind of go away, or they get to their shell or whatever like that. Mm-hmm. You kind of like turn into this phoenix or an unleashed, where
like a monster, really.
Yeah. And now it's like, yo, who the fuck are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what makes you think that you can even have this conversation with me? Where did you get the confidence from, considering or taking into consideration that a lot of people, it seems like, have told you that you're not special?
Yep. I would say that that turn. Well, first, okay, so I have to kind of a little backstory. We ended up breaking up because we would tussle a little bit. Put his hands on me, I put my hands on him. Of course, I'm gonna fight back. You know, I'm gonna slap your ass. You know what I mean? We get abusive. You know what I mean? So it got to a point where I just wanted to stand up for myself. So I realized probably not too long after, I was like, I can't continue like this. Like, I'm unhappy. Like, this is only going to get worse. So even though I had already dug myself a pretty deep hole, I was like, I'm going to kill him.
You referenced that a lot in the book with different people.
And that's why I immediately removed myself. I never had to like get in fights or anything growing up in school. Like never really anything. I've been in one fight my whole life. That was with my mom. I don't like violence, but it's like when I get to that point, it's like snapped. Like I prison. Like I'm going 0 to prison. So it's like I'm self-aware enough to know that when I get in that fight or flight, I'm going to fight you and one of us is not going to make it out. So when I broke up with him, I had the courage to break up with him because I was in California. So obviously in the book, I talk about how I had a magazine cover shoot. So I was supposed to come back home.
With the studio and going away from the hotel.
So I had $11,000 in my account, I think, and I had a place to stay. We went to this rapper's party. We were arguing about it. I didn't do anything, but it was the fact that I went to a party, didn't have service up there. It was just a mess. Oh my God, I'm actually impressed how much I remember, but I'm not suppressing shit anymore. But I realized that I could like run away. Like I could free myself from it. And when I ended up breaking things off, I didn't go back for any of my stuff. So all my little cute Jackson State hoodies and all that shit I got, I had to just leave that behind. My rabbit that my great grandma got me for my first Easter, I had to leave it behind. But when we broke up, I remember I'd always just get really nervous on camera, like videos. So I would go in the bathroom and like set my phone up and I would just like become something that I really didn't feel like I was. So like I could like pretend when no one was around, like being this confident, badass bitch, like queen, like nobody can stop me. And that's how it grew to what it is now. It just was talking to myself in a room by myself because I could never shoot in front of people. Like they couldn't even be on the same floor as me. I'd have to be locked in a room, a bathroom, something. I used to just talk to myself and make videos and just fake it because I never had that. I never felt like some badass bitch. Like I never knew my power. So it literally started from just selfie videos in the fucking bathroom by myself.
Do you read comments?
Kevin actually told me to not. And when he reiterated, "You're crazy, stop reading the comments," I kind of took it seriously when Kevin Samuel said it. I was like, you know what? Why am I in the comments? So I try not to read them.
A lot of people that I know that have a lot of visibility on the internet, including Kev, because he told me the same thing. He said, fuck the comments, basically. But a lot of people that don't have a Kevin in their life, for example, right? That's not used to going through it or is going through it because you're going to catch hell no matter how positive you are, no matter how negative you are, you're going to catch hell, right? A lot of people read comments like that have a level of visibility. They are very, very sensitive about the comments. Like I know NBA players that read fucking comments all the time.
They're sick.